Hi, welcome to this week's video. Tonight or this afternoon I'm going to be doing an abstract watercolor landscape seascape. We'll just see what happens, like what turns out, and I'm just going to be doing some pretty organic marks on the page. It's pretty hot in Sydney today, so hence my singlet. Sorry if that offends you. Right, let's get started painting. We'll change the view so you can see the paper and not me. So let's get started painting. I've got half a sheet of Rives here, Rives BFK etching paper, 280 GSM. I'm just gonna, am I gonna wet the page? Yeah, I think I'm gonna wet the page. I'm coming with some, yep. So we're just gonna try and make this very organic. We're gonna have a horizon again, about a sort of a third. Wet the whole page, get a good amount of water all over that. It's obviously taped down, it's going to bulb us up a bit, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. We're going to start with the light sort of colours first a bit. We're going to start with some Cerulean Blue, like just into here a bit, maybe into here a bit. And we'll get a bit of Cobalt. It's going to be all about the darks though, this painting really. Like, it's going to have a little bit of these lights, but it's going to be about the darks are going to be what makes this. And then the lights at the end. And we'll get a little bit of the mix of Cobalt Blue, light red, and start bringing in some darks. Start bringing in some darks. Bring this a bit closer. Start bringing in some darks in around here, maybe a bit here. Beautiful. So we've just got Cerulean Blue, Cobalt Blue, mix of Cobalt Blue, light red, just coming in there, and all we're going to do now is just grab a bit of a 1-inch Hake brush and just darken it off even more with that mix of Winsor Blue, red shade, light red. Just going to bring it in around here, up into here, maybe down into here. Lovely. Now we're just going to dry this. I'm going to come in with some dry brush over the top with some darks and some lights and things. So let's just dry this. Before I dry completely, I'm just going to bring in a little bit more dark just across here. And I'm going to grab a little bit of raw umber. Just bring it in here, just a little bit of colour. A little bit. Alright. So now I'm just going to start making a few marks, like just a few dry brush marks. We'll see. I haven't done a lot of this sort of thing before. This will be interesting to see whether it just totally mucks the whole thing up, because I quite like it at the moment. And in fact, what I really need to do is just step back and have a look. So I'll just do that for a second. So this does actually look nice from a long way away. So it's not the type of painting that you can just look at it from really close and go, wow, look at that. It's definitely a viewed from a distance kind of painting. So what I'm going to do is start making some messy marks. So we'll just come in some light Cerulean Blue first and just see, like I'll just start making a few with the Hake brush here and trying not to be too careful. And I might just make a few messy marks down here too, like just, and now I might just rinse that out. I'll grab a little bit of the Cobalt Blue light red mix. And again, I might just start making a few messy marks. Oh, I need a bit stronger. Because I'm trying to paint a storm here, you know, like really moody storm with some great marks. I'm just going to come in here a bit. Dry brushing. Spray a bit on there. come in a bit. Just get some dark bits. Just get a bit of that Winsor Blue red shade. It's why it's handy sometimes to have quite a few hakes. That means you can grab another one and leave that one loaded. I'm just got a hog's hair mixing brush here now. And I'm just going to start coming in with some white, which will quickly not be white after a bit. You can see how very quickly this could start to turn into something that doesn't feel like a watercolour anymore, but interesting nonetheless. It'd be nice to retain some of that sort of watercolour feel at the same time as being very nice and kind of dry brushy, if you know what I mean. I'm just using a toothbrush. I just want that feeling of, like, you know, moody sea. Still keep some sort of structure there of light and dark, and a bit more dark down here, a bit more dark, a bit more dark down here. Rinse my hands off. Light, just I think I'm going to stand back and have a bit of a look. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. It's pretty interesting. So amazingly, from a distance, this is almost done. I just need a little bit of Cerulean Blue down here as a sort of light. Just a little bit of sort of Cerulean Blue, maybe mixed with a little bit of the bleed proof white a little bit, just to get a little bit more Cerulean Blue. Just wipe that out a little bit. Beautiful. I like that. That talks to that then. And then what we're going to do is chuck in a few birds here, because it's stormy in the seas, and then there are heaps of birds just all just dotted around. So let's just start putting in those birds a bit, eh? I should actually, let's not be silly. Let's dry this, otherwise I'm just going to make a mess. Well, it's already a mess, but I could ruin this beautiful painting. Right, so we'll just put some birds in. I'm going to put a few here. And not try and be too exact, like just try and put in the suggestions of these birds just all heading up into the sky. Just should turn this way a bit so that I just start to vary sort of, otherwise I'll be doing sort of similar things everywhere. They can be twisting, turning, just doing lots of different random things. If you can hear anything, that's my neighbours. Just they're doing a bit of a renovation at the moment. So they're just all just, you know how they do just hang out on that, just above the water, hey? When it's windy and heaps of them just all just wheeling and I'm just going to get my toothbrush again and just flick a bit more around here. So I think this is done. It's messy, but from a distance, it's really lovely. And I love these bits that have kept the medium of watercolor here, where it's soft, beautiful and soft. The sea is just exploding up, and then a bit of detail, a bit of dry brushing, the birds. It's just a beautiful, moody seascape. It's lovely. I'll just sign this down the bottom. There we go, beautiful. Nice, so it just goes to show you can just do really random marks. The thing that makes this painting work, in my eyes anyway, is the tonal values. There's get some dark, some lights against the dark darks. It's a beautiful subject there. This here of light against dark is lovely. The softness coming in down here to some sharp marks. The bird silhouetted there. These flecks of the sea spraying up here. These dark light, you know, some colour. Some dark light against light. Like, I think they're the things. The thing that I might wanted to change, but I'm not going to, is just here this block of blue coming down here. I might have wanted to have just lifted out a little bit on the horizon there to sort of join these two spaces together. But actually, I think that's all right. I think, you know, that's just totally fine. In fact, what I might just do, just a little bit of, is just to bring in a few birds. Just to sort of join those two lots of birds together. Turn it this way a bit. And if you were very good at all the detail stuff, you could obviously put a fishing trawler in there, because that's probably what they're following. A fishing trawler heading home, you know, full of fish. Cool. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed this pretty quick watercolor in lots of ways, even though it's half a sheet, so 38 by 28 centimeters. It's still, you know, been a pretty quick watercolor, and I love working quick. I love just working intensively onto the page. It's a lovely thing. So thanks for joining me tonight. If you would like to know more about watercolor, then you can join me on Patreon. And so if you like this video, please press like and give it the thumbs up, and it really helps me to just keep making these videos for you guys on YouTube. So thanks very much for joining me. Thanks for your support. I really appreciate it. I'm over 16,000 subscribers now, which is just amazing. I never thought that was possible a while ago. And I'll see you guys next week in the weekly videos. See ya. Good night. Bye.